So, you got your cool new hat on.
I love it.
You got cool little stickers.
I got some stickers over here.
I have some good friends at Zilker Belts that they are now making things for artists.
Are they really?
So it's not a brand new car, but look in next to your seat.
Okay.
My friends at Zilker wanted to help you out in the little cubby.
Oh. Are you kidding?
Check it out. So they're making guitar straps now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful.
And I told them about your music, and they're supporters of the show, and they liked your music, and
this is the coolest thing that's ever happened.
So thank you to Wade and the guys at Zilker, and
thank you, Zilker
I hope you
Belts.
like it. It's a new product of theirs.
Oh my God. I'm gonna wear this at my release show. For sure.
Well, thank you.
Dude, you know what? They followed me the other day on Instagram, and of course I know who they are. So I was like, this is a win. Oh my gosh, do they know who I am? I was like excited just that they followed me.
Here's the thing about Zilker Belts that I've come to love and appreciate, and you will appreciate this too. Their office is in somebody's backyard. It's like a family business. When I went and picked up the belt, and I was like, this feels like my house. And
yeah.
But they're such a great known business. There you go, Zilker Belts.
Zilker Belts. That's so funny. Whenever I see someone wearing a Zilker belt, it's so recognizable. Like every time I'm like, that guy's got money.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if that's okay to say.
You can say whatever you want.
But every time I notice it, like it is like very recognizable in a good way. They're beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, this like makes my whole year.
You've had a pretty impressive year, so thank you.
I'm trying.
It's been so we last talked, in June of 2025. You were my 6th guest on the show. I didn't even know how to spell podcast. I've gotten to pod in the whole thing, but it's good to catch up.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
I'm happy to be here.
I mean, what have you been doing?
I've been all over.
Other than being in Europe and doing some stuff.
Yeah. Wait, remind me again when we last talked?
June of 2025. So over a year ago.
Okay. So I had released my EP by that point.
Yep.
And in June of 2025, I had already recorded my record.
Oh, really?
So
like this one that
the one that's coming out, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I recorded my whole record in January of 2025. And in that whole time, it's until now, which is a year and a half later, I guess.
Yeah.
Has just been trying so hard to get it and like some semblance of a career a little bit off the ground. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just so I can release it in a way that's successful.
Yeah.
And I think
I feel it.
There's like there's different perspectives on that for sure with artists. But for me, yeah, I was just trying to not rush it and just put it out when it was right. And so that's why it's taken so long.
But how do you sit on something like that when you're excited about it?
I know.
And you want to tell the world about it, and you love the songs, and you go like,
yeah,
that is a great practice of human patience.
Oh yeah.
Forget about the business and like the social excitement. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's a hard thing for a human to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I will say the good thing about being a smaller artist for right now.
And we're gonna get back to that point, but yes.
Is that like there really isn't such a thing as like leaking a song or leaking, you know what I mean? So it was actually hardest to sit on the artwork and the photos that I just like recently started posting with like the red hat and whatever.
Yeah.
But the music I've still just been playing out, and I just tell people, this is a song I just recorded. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm excited about, we're going to play it for you. And it's actually been a good plan because people are, and there's different phases of an artist's career. So right now I'm in what's called like the discovery phase. So like we're trying to get people to find my music. And so for that,
Fair
it's
enough.
actually really good for that because it means that like I played at this show at Revelry. Do you know where Revelry
Oh,
is?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really, really enjoyed playing there. And it was very much like it's an East 6th Street bar, and it's not a ticketed show, but they
Mm.
do have a great stage, amazing sound. So we were like,
Yeah.
heck yeah, we're playing there. And there was a guy in the audience that I did not know who was requesting songs.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Oh, wow. There you go.
what? Like I was shocked.
Yeah.
And it's not because he's a big fan and I have a huge stadium tour and like a following. It's just because I've been actually playing the songs out. So I learned that like it's okay to be a human and not do the mystery thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, ooh, I'm a really big artist. Like I'm not, and I would love to share this music with you. It's not out yet, but it's chill.
The mystery thing is interesting to me because I understand it because you have to drum up. I say you have to, I guess typically you would think that you would have to drum up some level of like, people are always like, can't wait to share what we're working on, like some level of like build up.
Yeah.
And so, and I think that's completely fair. But to your point, if you're sharing the art already and people are responding to it and reacting to it,
Yeah.
why the hell not?
Yeah,
Like,
totally. And I think, there are a lot of marketing tactics like that are supposed to build hype and like
yeah.
excitement. And it's like the mystery. And I totally understand those, but I do think that when you're kind of on the rise as an artist or starting out as an artist, like sharing with people beforehand, not even drumming up hype by like, what is it going to be? Like, it's a surprise. It's not that. It's like, I want you to be excited because you're part of my community and I care about like who's listening to this and giving them that instead of like, oh, text to this number and you might get a clip of a whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's great. It's a great marketing tactic. It's just that I don't think that I'm there yet. I'd rather bring people along,
Well, Reed and I were talking last night. When we get together, we end up we talk about a lot of things. He's just a great dude, and we talk about all of our friends in the scene. And you came up, and we're like, okay, why is she not a world famous country music singer? Like, name one reason. We could like of all the tangible and intangible things that people like put around artists, it's just like it was frustrating, and we were like frustrated about it. We were just like, it makes zero sense. Like, literally name anything, and I feel like the proverbial box has been checked, and not just checked, but checked in a really great professional way. And
Thank you.
It's just frustrating for me. Since June of last year, you did your international tour.
Yes.
And I really am interested to hear about, like, was it Spotify streams that made you pick those cities? Like, were you spun the globe, did the whole point the finger, book a flight?
I have so much to say about this.
Okay,
this is going to be a little bit of pulling back the curtain for artists, I think. So the current like best practice for touring and deciding touring dates is pulling the data from Spotify into like social media probably as well, but especially where your streams are and from every streaming platform. I don't mean to just, talk about Spotify, but it is the biggest one.
Yeah.
And to then go to those cities where you already have listeners, because that is potential draw. And so it's like you already have a market there. But I am a bigger fan of the old school tactic, which is you just go and you open up the market. And so even if 2 people come, that's great. But the next time, maybe 5 people, maybe 20 people. Exactly. Like on and on and on. That's like the more old school way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally like that because I think I'm better live than on a screen. I'm way better live than on social media.
Your social media game is elite, though.
Oh, thanks.
Like let's just
terrible.
put that out there. Like, your memes are top notch. But anyways, yeah.
I want to talk about the memes at some point because I'm very proud of those. I'm more proud of those than my record, but it's fine.
Oh goodness. All right.
But yeah, so when I decided to go to the UK, it was sort of like I've always wanted to go there. My husband's a huge soccer fan, also
is that right?
football. And so he wanted to go there as well, but I had been kind of, I had this friendship with a young woman over there who is a radio DJ on country radio. And
Oh,
because
really?
the scene over there is so small, like in a very quick amount of time, she's really gotten to the top of it as far as industry professionals
Wow,
go.
okay.
And so she was playing my music and we did a radio interview, and then we decided to like, maybe we'll co-write a song. This is over the course of a couple of years. And then she was like, oh, I forgot to tell you, I started a booking company. Do you want to come over here and do shows? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
So it was kind of like that. Like I knew it would be a great opportunity for me to open the market because that's what I believe in as far as touring goes, rather than the more new school way, which is more cost effective. You should do that. But but I knew I wanted to go. I knew that like personally from a vacation standpoint, we wanted to go. So it was kind of like a no-brainer. So she booked all of my shows, the whole circuit.
Nice.
And we kind of centered it around, there was a festival in Scotland. So we booked that and we booked flights. We're like, we're going over there, and then a tour circuit within that.
And so is she an artist herself?
She's not an artist. She's more like on the business side of it. But we had like co-written it. I mean, she's very interested in all, she plays a little guitar, and she's interested in all aspects of the industry.
And were the other artists that you were on bills with, were they American artists or were there some European acts?
Both. So there were 2 other groups touring around the same time as me that she had also put together. So we played a couple of shows together.
Yeah.
So there were, so Paige King Johnson is one, and a group called July Moon, which is like a 3-part female country band. And so we were all kind of touring together, the same or similar spots, but we were only actually on like 2 shows together, I think. But then with some of the shows, I would get an opener that was local. So I got to meet other artists over there who like love the American country music thing. And that was really, really fun.
Well, and you're getting a network in a local scene.
Totally.
Which is probably half the battle.
Yeah, exactly.
I know for a fact it's half the battle because it's who, not what, half the time in life. Right. So
exactly.
That's awesome. I mean, and did you find that people knew your music?
Actually, yes.
Wow.
It was crazy.
That's awesome. What a feeling that must be to just show up in a foreign country.
Yeah.
And people were just there singing songs that you put so much of your I can imagine.
It was also because, and I want to kind of like not pretend to be cooler than I am. I don't think it's because I did have like a smaller audience in the UK.
Yeah.
But it's not really because I'm like famous over there and they know my songs. It's because the listeners over there in that community are so dedicated that they saw a show was coming to town, looked at my name, listened to my music ahead of time, decided I like this.
Yeah.
Listened to it a bunch, bought tickets, came ready to party. And that is the most of the reason. I mean, there were people I think who had heard of me because I had a very small listener base over there. But I think the vast majority was just like, we're dedicated to American country music. We love it.
Yeah.
And we're going to go all out and like just support these artists. It's awesome.
I wonder if that is like clearly Austin and Nashville and LA, like saturated markets. So like it's everywhere. So if they're a fan of the music and they're like, oh yeah, here's this Texas country artist coming, I really love this, I don't ever hear it. I wonder if that was one of the big reasons why they dove in. And I wonder that about the LSD guys are here, and they did some like country or blues showcase in Dubai. And
I 100% believe that.
And I was like,
wait, who is LSD?
Louisiana Surf Department.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
yeah, sorry.
We're talking about drugs.
Yeah. Which is so funny because they're just like not about that life. Like, I don't know if you know the guys, but yeah. And so I was like, who is listening to country music in Dubai or blues music or whatever in Dubai? And apparently it was a big show.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's big because there is not a strong representation, but music is a global language. And if you're going to love music, like here comes these boys from Texas or this girl from Texas, like, all day. That's awesome.
Well, there's also like, I mean, and we know this being from Texas, but there's like a handful of places that are like bigger than themselves as far as when you go outside of the US.
Oh, yeah.
So people who are not from the United States, when they think of the US, they think of New York City, Texas, Nashville, and LA.
Yeah.
That's like what they think of.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they are not really into country music, they don't even think of Nashville. It's like New York City, Texas.
Yeah, just Texas as
and
like
just like Hollywood. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And so it's a little bit of that too. Like, and because I did notice they were very into country music and they loved Texas, but the country music they liked the best was very clearly like Nashville pop country.
Mhm.
They really, really, really knew like the Brad Paisleys and the,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
Carrie Underwood. They knew that.
Yeah.
And which is great. I mean, it's fine. It's wonderful. But I don't think that they knew as much of the depth and history of Texas country music, which is perfectly okay. But the idea of like Texas cowboys was like a huge deal.
Yeah.
So it works.
I wonder if you showed them a song like Broken Window Serenade, like how they would react, you know, or like,
Well,
this song's about meth.
yeah. I mean, I played original music, but you know, you throw in a couple covers just because it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And they really, really wanted to hear Chris Stapleton's version of Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh boy.
Like really did. And I finally played it. I will not ever play that song,
Yeah.
but I played it. And I love Chris Stapleton, but it's like, you know, you've heard that song 10 million times.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like really wanted to hear that. So I was like, all right.
That's funny. I mean, it makes complete sense. So going back to your point about kind of like doing it organically,
Mhm.
did you model that is it just a personal thing, or did you model that over somebody you found that found success in that? Because I would say pretty obviously that's how it was done the old school way before streaming and all that,
Yeah,
right?
no social media,
Is there a current day artist that has done that like kind of organically that you've followed? And
Yeah, there's a guy, and I didn't like necessarily model it. It kind of came together in sort of like both ways. Like I realized at some point I was like, social media is exhausting to me, and I'm even singing on camera for some reason acoustically. I know I sound better live. Isn't that weird? I don't know. I don't understand it.
I don't know.
But I just was like, I need to just go out there and do it live because that's what I know I want.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy named JD Graham.
JD Graham. Okay.
He's got longer hair. He's I don't want to say his age on this podcast, but he's older than I am.
Okay.
And he's got like tattoos like up to his neck.
Nice. Yeah.
Unbelievable songwriter. Unbelievable. I've look up JD Graham. And he and I have played on some festival sets together, and I really respect him. I really like look up to him. He was super kind to me, and he is the one who he told me, he was like, they love it over there, just go.
Yeah.
And I look at his tour schedule, and it's Iceland and Switzerland and Sweden, and he's out there for 3 months at a time.
Wow.
So he really makes a good living doing that, and they absolutely sell out shows. They love him over there, but I think it started with him going.
Yeah. And so I'm sorry, I just can't help but keep thinking that you already had all these songs recorded. And so did you play a lot of your new stuff out there?
Yeah.
And you're going back to Switzerland.
I am.
As part of your overall like album release?
It was like yes and no. So I was trying to go to Switzerland when I went to the UK, and it just didn't work out date wise.
Yeah.
And so we were looking at dates, and I was like, hey, I'm planning to release this record. This was like last year.
Yeah.
I'm planning to release this record in early September, late August, like sometime in those 2 weeks. So I'll go over there at that point. So it's not official. I don't want to call it an album release show or like tour because I mean, Switzerland is new to me. So I feel like people in Texas would be like, please take care of your hometown first.
But why Switzerland? Same thing. It just
came up. I connected with this booking agent, and I was like, sent her my music, and it came up, and they were like, yeah, we'd love to bring you over. So I'm like, heck yeah, I've always wanted to go to Switzerland too. So yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm jumping around because I'm just like thinking through it. So is there any like, and I'm showing how much I know about the UK country scene, but was there any like venues that are known, like everybody, like the circuit goes through these venues? Was that where you were playing?
Yeah. So there's a bar called Ruby Ray's. I'm going to shout out Ruby Ray's because it was like one of my favorite tour stops.
Shout out Ruby Ray's.
Loved playing there. And it's very like, it's modeled very much after like a Nashville style, you know, on like Broadway where they have like all those bars. So it's so much fun. Those guys are the best. So much fun. They just opened a new location in York. So Ruby Ray's is great. And I played a place in York called 45 Vinyl Cafe that was more of a ticketed listening room, and it's like mostly country. So people will go through there.
Yeah.
But there's other places called like rodeos or like, like very country themed names, and they're all just modeled after like US country music venues. Yeah.
And so outside of the UK tours that you did, I mean, obviously, and it might have just been that, I've been following your music a lot closer and just following what you're doing. I see you at a lot of singer-songwriter cases or showcases. I saw you with Erica at one. I think it was at Green.
Yeah.
And I know you'd done that in the past, but did you step up like that side of your music and your business? Like, was that intentional, I guess?
To do the songwriter showcases? Yeah, it was intentional, and it was actually what came first. So I had been writing these songs and thinking someday I'll do these really great full band shows, but it's actually, it's easier and lower hanging fruit to just go do songwriter festivals or songwriter showcases, or especially if you're going overseas. It's cost prohibitive to bring a full band.
Yeah.
So it's really great to be able to tap into listening rooms, songwriter showcases, songwriter festivals, anything like that, because it gets your music out there and collecting, a community prior to you being able to like tour with a full band and lights and all that.
Is there one that sticks out to you the most?
I got a shout out Dripping Springs Songwriter Festival.
Okay.
Here in Texas, because that one has been around a long time and I love it.
Yeah.
But also there is a songwriter festival called Island Hopper in Fort Myers, Florida.
All right.
And they have like 3 weeks of it. So it's like Captiva, and then Fort Myers downtown, and then Fort Myers Beach. And I play that every year, and it is so fun.
Have any songs come out of like writing sessions of these festivals?
I haven't co-written with anyone on these festivals, like at least, at the festival. Sometimes you'll see people backstage just like writing. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's
but
awesome.
at cool. Last time I played Island Hopper, I wrote a song called Gotta Quit Drinking. So
how's that working out for you?
Mimosa.
So this was one of the things that I remember about the last time here. And so there's a couple things that I remember from our last conversation that stuck out to me. The point about you helped me sing. So
I want to hear this.
I'm not singing at all, but at the end of the show, it wasn't on video or on audio. You were like, you said something along the lines of like, you have a great singing voice, and I said, the hell I do. And I was and I don't remember the words you said, but for some reason you like gave me the confidence to actually be like, okay, I'm gonna at least, because I never even sang to myself.
What?
Like I never even I play guitar every day.
Yeah.
Never even sang to myself because I just was so bad at it. But after that conversation in June of 2025, I literally have been singing more to myself.
That's awesome.
I don't know what it is. I wish I remembered the exact words that were said because they were profound apparently to me. So thank you. I did my first karaoke. Granted, it was at my cousin's wedding in Mexico, and I sang a song in Spanish. So who cares what my voice sounds like? But so thank you for that. That was another thing. And the other thing that you said again off the show, but that I really appreciated, and that I've definitely get in there. We got some more. Yeah, come on.
Okay.
And that that resonated with me, and I have heavily leaned into as a part of my overall show, is the fact that you commented that like you love my house, but it just felt real and like not like this like done up situation. And same thing about this show. And I was like, I think that's the biggest part about the show that I love. It's like, come pet my dog, meet my wife, step over my kids' toys, like just come hang out and talk about music. Like,
yeah,
I'm not a professional videographer. I like having friends in the music scene and like talking about their music. And so that stuck out with me.
Oh, good.
So that was the point about you helped me sing. I'm not landing any contracts anytime soon.
I love that. Well, I'm like a really big believer that anybody can learn to sing, and everybody says, no, it's talent, whatever. I actually don't really agree.
Okay.
I think that, well, I know that basically, okay, I'm not gonna do a voice lesson on air, but like your vocal folds, all of this is muscle. Just so if you will go to the gym and
Mhm.
you do a weird jumping squat and you're like, that feels weird, but you do that every other day, every day, however
Yeah.
often you do that specific workout circuit, it's gonna feel more natural the more you understand the mechanics of how your body is supposed to move that way, and also you just get stronger and you build strength. It's literally the same thing with singing. It's still your body.
Mm.
And I think a lot of us as artists feel like our songwriting or our voice like comes from God. And I know that a lot of people say that and it sounds cliche, but it's not. You feel it like very deeply. It's like, this is not me writing or singing.
Mhm.
That's true. But the idea that you can learn to move your body, which includes your
Yeah,
vocal
vocal
folds,
cord, yeah.
like in the correct way is real.
It's a muscle.
It's a muscle, that's all it is. And the thing is, I genuinely, because I used to teach for a long time when I was like making ends meet, I genuinely have only heard one single person that was truly, I was like, I think this is what's called tone deaf. Like one
Oh,
person ever.
well, and so I think that's where my counter to your point is I think some people they it's interesting to me because you can hear you enjoy music, you can hear the sounds, but you can't you can never make your voice match the key that you're in or something.
Mhm.
Tone deaf. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. So I feel like there is a natural ability there. Maybe I'm wrong in that it's just I haven't exercised the muscle,
Well,
Like,
I would also argue it comes from the 10,000 hour rule.
oh
So
god, that's such a thing. Oh
the
yeah.
first time I sang in public, I was 4 years old, like in public in front of people.
Yeah.
I was 4 years old.
Wow.
But I was beforehand, as a little baby, my mom had a piano that my grandma had given her. It's like they recently got rid of it, which is so sad, but it was eventually just a hunk of junk. But it was like this little baby grand piano. So
Oh,
she
that's
would
cool.
like lay me on a blanket underneath the piano and just like play and
Mm.
practice and
Mhm.
fiddle around. My mom is not a professional musician, but she grew up playing flute. And so then she had these musical instruments and would just like play them. So I,
Yeah.
as a child, felt those vibrations and listened to music
Yep.
and sang along with my mom because she was always singing to me as a kid,
Nice.
regardless of whether or not she was a professional.
Didn't matter.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now I'm like in my ear, I understand pitch and I understand like how to match that before I've ever taken a voice lesson. So,
Yeah.
and then as a child, of course, I'm just like growing up singing. And I didn't really have voice lessons as a kid. So like, yeah, so I think it's like very much the 10,000 hour rule. But I
Yeah.
meet people who are like, oh, I never, they like want to take a voice lesson, but they're like, I don't really listen to music. And I'm like, it's actually going to be harder because you don't just listen to it all the time.
Yeah. I wonder how that works.
Yeah.
I don't know if it does.
Anyways, sorry to get off track, but
Well, I mean, yeah,
I'm passionate
and
about
I
voice.
didn't know that you taught. Did you just teach voice lessons, or do you teach?
I taught voice and piano.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
awesome.
Back in the days.
Do you integrate? Do you have plans? I mean, I've heard some of your songs have piano, but
Yeah.
it's. I mean,
It's funny, I don't actually play piano on my songs, but it was my
I
first
don't
instrument.
think I've ever
I
seen
learned.
you on stage with a piano
I
or a
kind of take
keyboard.
that as a good thing
Okay,
because I like learned to play guitar pretty recently.
Ah.
So for me, I was always playing piano gigs and like all of the time, and I didn't like it. Mostly because I didn't like to bring the gear, and it's just a lot.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, even when you have a keyboard, then you need the keyboard stand and the power, and you need there's so much to remember. But also, like when I started like really seriously writing, everything was coming out wrong, and it's because I was hearing these guitar rhythms, these guitar tones, and all of this, these textures, and I was trying to apply it to piano, and it was not working.
Yeah.
So the fact that you are like, oh, I haven't ever seen you play piano, I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, I've flooded my social media and my shows with enough guitar that people don't know I play piano.
Yeah. Well.
I love it. It's like one of my favorite instruments. And you know what's so funny? I get so grumpy if I have to play piano, and I will not gig on piano at all. But I wish that I want to keep it for me. I love it so much. I just want to sit down and play and practice like a classical piece and just like try to get better for me. I for some reason I like feel very personal about it, and I love it, and I never want to share it with anyone.
Well, I mean, that's actually very healthy.
Yeah.
To have that outlet and if music is your profession, people get tired of their professions.
Yeah.
People get tired of doing things. regardless of what it is. And so for you to still have that outlet, sure, it's still music, but there's no pressure
Yeah, exactly.
that you're
No
putting on
pressure.
yourself. It's pure relaxation. And so that's a super healthy way to look at it. It also doesn't hurt that your husband actually absolutely rips on the
I
guitar.
know, he's so good.
Like,
He's so good.
and last time I saw you, I don't think he was up there with you. Yeah, no, I know he wasn't, and I was upset because
I
I
know.
really wanted to.
I
I
miss him
wanted to
when
see
he's
him.
not there. What show was that?
Oh goodness, I haven't gotten out much. I don't know, honestly.
Did I still have a drummer and bass player, or was it like solo?
Well, I mean, I watched your local sets with your drummer and your bass player, the most
Yeah.
recent thing you
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
But I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I definitely saw you Under the Rock, but it was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that was like a while back.
There's been a couple shows where, either there's, like, a minimal amount of inputs and they're like, "We want something
Sure.
stripped back," or,
Yeah.
like, he's just out of town and, he can't make it, and I just never have a guitar sub. I'm like, "We're doing it without guitar. We're not replacing him." But I do need to, like, find a guitar sub at some point, but I just
So I'm sorry if you always get asked this question, but I'm curious. Working with your significant other,
I always get this question.
I'm sure, and I'm sorry if you hate it, but I'm just curious because I only ask it because there ain't no way me and my wife could work together.
That's so
We're
funny.
we're just two different work styles, you know.
Yeah.
And so, do y'all have similar work styles and how you approach a problem or an opportunity, or is it just like he takes your lead, which is cool too, you know?
Yeah, I think it depends on the scenario. It's definitely hard to work with your spouse, and there's been things that or, significant other if you're not married.
Yeah.
But, there's there are times when, like, it's great because you have someone that you don't need to be necessarily, like, polite with. You can just be
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Help me, like, do this, help me do this," and, like,
Yeah.
you guys can just work together
Yeah.
the same way you would if
Just
you're like, "We just
raw.
need to clean this damn house."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's the same
Yeah,
thing as that, we need to
just
solve
raw.
this problem. But at the same time, it can be tough because you also have that close relationship. So a really good example is, um, in general, we show up, we play the show. He knows my songs because he's heard them a million times. They're great. He will not wear the shirt I want him to wear. But the other boys will wear the shirts because I'm not married to them. So they're like, "Oh, this boss lady, I gotta wear the shirt."
Wear the shirt.
Wear the damn shirt. And also because some some other context, I should say, a lot of people end up finding someone that is, like, within their same musical genre, and then it blows up because 'cause they're, like, doing 2 similar things. My husband's a metal guitarist who is graciously playing my little country songs. So there's enough of a difference in what we
Yeah.
do that, and I say metal, he's an amazing, like, atmospheric guitar pedals, like, just
Yeah.
producer
Yeah.
brain heavy
Yeah.
guitarist
He's just
also.
a skilled
He's
guitarist.
so
And
skilled.
he plays guitar so in my mind, there's two types of guitarists. There's
Mhm.
guitarists that play the guitar
Mhm.
as a guitar, and
Mhm.
then there's guitarists that play guitars as just like an instrument. And I don't know how to really describe this other than people people will play guitar their whole life. They don't only know G, C, and D,
Mhm.
and they're playing guitar.
Mhm.
But then there's dudes like your husband or gals that play it like a true instrument and can do so many different things with it.
Yeah.
And so that, I mean, it's just, he's a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional. That's what
That's
he does.
awesome.
So, yeah, I mean, like, when the other time where he will not take my lead is we'll be playing a song and you'll just hear like a "wah," like a metal like "wah." I'm like, "Don't that's not," and I just give him a bad or he'll like be like I'm like, "That's not it's not
Yeah.
appropriate for this song. This is a sad ballad and you just did a metal." And
Yeah.
he does it though because he knows I don't like it. So he'll just look at me and do it and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you." So it's all in good fun. It's just trolling me.
Speaking of sad ballads, what is your beef with July? And I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, the sports kind of suck.
Sports really suck in July.
It's hot as shit. And like growing up, you're always like, oh, I gotta go back to school. Like I'm in camps.
And that's where it started.
I'm in music camp. I'm in football camp. I'm in soccer. I'm in whatever. Like summer's over.
Exactly.
I feel it. Listen, I'm with you. Independence Day is great, but that's early July. That's my wedding anniversary too. So
Aw.
it's early July. But I want to hear your beef with July.
Yeah. And you're the first person to really like tap into the childhood thing of like summer's ending and I have to go back to school. That's where this started in the way back. But before the song was even a thing, as a kid, I would always feel like it's summer and I'm going to do all this stuff over the summer. Like I was a big reader. So I was like, I'm going to read all of these books that I wanted to read. And I'm going to get another one is I really wanted to get super tan. Which I know now is bad. But like, so I had these, and I want to go to the movie with my friends this many. I would like set goals for like fun.
Well, what a healthy pediatric brain.
I guess so, but I never accomplished them, and then I would get depressed.
Doesn't matter.
Like school's coming back.
Yeah.
But as an adult, it really like I'm the same way. Like every top of the year, I set my New Year's resolutions, and I've started like even then during my birthday, which is in May, set new age resolutions. And when it gets to July, the last happy time is July 4th.
Yeah.
You're like eating hot dogs and whatever, there's fireworks. And then the next day you're like, all right, so we're in the back half of the year and I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Have not done anything.
Yeah.
And so now I'm a failure. And the problem is that also then connects in my brain is I'm like, it's not like, okay, well, in a few months, a new year is starting again. It is, but I'm also older. So now I'm getting older and older and older, and I haven't accomplished this and I haven't accomplished that. And it kind of like, I'm always that way. I get really depressed starting in July, going through the end of the year until Christmas comes up because I love Christmas.
Oh God. I feel that.
And then, so that's where that song comes from.
Okay. Well, and I'm glad that I was able to tap into that because I honestly had never thought about it until I really sat down and thought about like, what is wrong with July? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of like for me, I hated reading. And I was like, oh shit, I got to read 3 books now in the month of July. Yeah, you had like like the summer reading.
Exactly.
You know? And so like that was the thing for me. So it's funny. And when you wrote that song, I want to say it's waltzy. It's just slower.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to come out sounding bad, but it's waltzy.
Yeah.
And did you write it I'm always curious, like, do you write those types of songs intentionally? Like you knew?
So I wrote it as like a slow ballad. So I would play it only solo. I'd be like, oh, it's so sad. And when I took it to my band, I wanted this like kind of ballad thing. And they just immediately went into like a country shuffle situation. And I was like, awesome. And then it became like, oh, this is like a 2-step like classic song. And so that's the interesting thing is I consider myself very much like I didn't have a producer on the record. I had the charts. I told the guys what I wanted them to play, but there are enough little instances where they make a decision and do it. And I'm like, you're right. I love that.
Perfect.
So it's so I love that. That's kind of an aside, but just.
Where'd you record?
Great question. I have an engineer I like rather than a studio I like. We rented, this was on his recommendation. His name is Chris Bell. He's like Grammy winning engineer. I love him so much. We rented a house in Wimberley, so way out in the hill country. Okay. And like I sent him photos beforehand being like, is this good? Is that good? We looked for the wood and the shape of the room for acoustics for the drums. Like we like got into it like you would a studio. But the reason we did that is because it's just so expensive to record. And I was like, I really want to record with you. He's like, here's what I can do. I have a mobile rig that I bring. And when I say mobile rig, he brought a U-Haul of gear. He brought a literal U-Haul of gear. So it was just like amazing equipment. So it's not like we skimped on the equipment or the engineer, but we put it in like a house in Wimberley.
Okay.
Which
awesome.
Also a great decision if you are recording with bandmates that like to drink and party. I knew where they were. 9 a.m., 10 a.m. I'm not going to, you got to go record bass now.
Yeah.
You got to go. You got to wake up. You got to record bass. And they just roll right out, go upstairs and record. You know what I mean? So it's perfect.
That's perfect. And Wimberley's not a bad spot to get some creative juices flowing.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Was it like in the hill country? And oh God.
Yeah, it was and it was winter. It was January. So then there was like some ice storm. So it was not like beautiful summertime Wimberley, but it was still like, I mean, it's Hill Country's always beautiful, and it was just a little bit. It was like a retreat, like just a winter retreat together. I loved it.
How long were y'all there?
We were only there 5 days, so we recorded 11 songs.
Wow.
Full band vocals and background vocals in 5 days.
Dang.
I'm that's so efficient. Fast.
Yeah.
Well, I am like
you're a pro.
Yeah, I'm very fast.
Dang. And all of your singles that you've released since last we talked, I'm sure are going to be on the album, maybe.
Yeah, all of them are. Yeah.
Okay. And I, when I was thinking through everything, I found myself singing "I Hate July," but I also found myself listening to "No Hometown" a lot. I think that is a very, very, very well written song.
Thank you so much.
And I'm not I struggle, I think about this all the time, whether I listen to music for the lyrics or for the melodies, I don't know if I should even put myself in that box, but that song and just the concept of it. Also, I think it resonated with me because we talked about that on the show last time where I was like, where are you from? You're like, I hate this question. I was like, oh, okay, this is going well, guys. Sorry.
That's so funny. Yeah, that song I wrote with a guy named Josh Dell. He's a writer out in Nashville, and it's actually the only co-written song on the record. So everything on that record I wrote except for a cover of Bruce Springsteen and this co-write with Josh.
Yeah.
And I was really grateful to him because I you go into a writing session and it's literally like, what do you want to write today? Like, no one has a plan.
Yeah.
You just go in hoping someone has an idea.
Also one of your greatest memes where you had what's his name? The like popular influencer, like being like, I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Because it's so true. And you're also always like, I mean, this isn't the thing, but, and then you tell them a really good idea and they're like, yeah, no, that sucks, but I get what you're saying. You're like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally,
for sure. Yeah.
For sure. It's just like, and a lot of co-writes are like blind dates. Truly. Oof. I mean, which like, I've been with my husband a long time and I didn't really date all that much beforehand. So it's very nerve-wracking to be like, hey, it's nice to meet you. Here's all my trauma. Yeah. Do you want to write a song? Like, it's really weird.
Here's all my trauma.
But, I mean, yeah.
Vulnerability.
It's like, being vulnerable and people who aren't anything like you too. Like, I mean, you're going to write with men, you're going to write with women, you're going to write with like, I've been writing recently with this kid, from Lubbock who is like so young. Like he's like, he's gotta be like 22 or 23. And so we were talking about this thing and he was like, it's like when, and then he mentioned like, the specific amount of loads, because we reference laundry in the song. It's hard to explain, but without playing you the song, which is unreleased. Sure. But he was like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, what would you do? Like 2 loads of laundry? And I'm like, because you're like 22, so you don't know how to do laundry.
Yeah.
You're a boy out of college. Yeah. You don't know. So it's like it's very interesting writing with people who are like different generations and different different ages or race, different religion, different like gender. It's really fascinating, but it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, and how else can you get other people's perspectives if you're not listening like that? I mean, I think that's awesome. And so, what were you and Erica doing? Y'all were shooting a music video?
Yeah,
some sort.
Yeah. So we were shooting a music video for Pug Johnson. Do you know him?
I don't.
He's you should look up his music.
Okay.
He's really, really great. I think you'd like him. He plays at Whitehorse sometimes too, so you can go see him in Austin.
Okay.
I'm plugging Pug Johnson for y'all.
Heck yeah.
I really like his music, and his wife had texted me and asked me to be in this music video, and I don't know if she knew Erica beforehand, but she was like, "Can you recommend like another like woman to be in the video?" And I was like, "Oh, first person, Erica Daniels." Yeah. And so we had a lot of fun together.
Good, yeah. She told me she smoked her first cigarette ever.
Yeah, she did. She was like really excited because her character was supposed to smoke. So she was like, how do I hold it? Do I breathe fully in or just like kind of to pretend? Like she's so sweet. And I was like, I mean, I'm not a smoker, but my husband was a smoker. So like everyone was like, and of course like Pug and like Kayla Jane was on the video too. Everyone else was like, here's how you smoke a cigarette. She's so sweet.
That's funny. Yeah, she and I have been good friends for a long time, and I was just very happy to see y'all.
Yeah, we had fun
together.
Fun hanging.
So if there's a heaven, I mean, we've touched on it a bunch through the conversation, but coming out September 4th.
September 4th.
And White Horse Show.
White Horse, September 4th, also at 8 p.m. Don't be late because the music is pretty prompt.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I mean, I would say tell me about it, but we've been talking about it for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So like you recorded the music in 5 days, basically sat on it. You weren't sitting on it, but like essentially sat on it for a year.
Yeah, I didn't really even put it on social media.
Right. But why now? Why, like, what was the reason for just to go?
Yeah, I wrote new songs. I wanted to play the new songs. So I was like, we got to get this old stuff out the door.
I strummed chords and wrote new songs.
But it's like, you're like playing all these songs. You're like, I promise this is coming out soon. At a certain point, you're like, I have to decide.
Yeah.
And I have all of these other songs. And I have 2 in particular that are not on the record that I wrote recently.
Yes. And
do you know what they are?
I don't know if you did you play them at local sets?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to talk about it, but Reed showed me 2 songs.
Oh, I know what he showed you then.
Oh my! We literally both had chills, and I was like, "Dude, what?"
Thank you.
But so those aren't on the record. Sorry,
they're not on the record. But I have to put out the record in order for those to come out. I have to And it's also like I'm really proud of. Sorry, a lot of things going on in my head.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the work we put into the record, but also like I'm proud of like my songwriting progress, and that is an era of me writing. So I'm really proud of that, and I don't want to say just because I wrote better songs now I shouldn't put that out. I gotta put because also like the journey as a songwriter and as a band. I mean, you see it in other bands too. You see artists who are huge go through these different seasons of life,
of course,
and I think that like deserves some time.
And. I'm sorry, I'm just stuck on that answer because I wrote the song. What else you want from me, dude? But did your last time we talked, we talked about your songwriting process and everything, and how you're more of like a computer writer. I don't know if that's still accurate, or like, did your creative process change at all throughout?
Honestly, I didn't change it. I just doubled down. So if you're listening to this and you haven't heard the first episode, the computer thing is not that I write. It's not that I produce on the computer. It's that I have to have like a Google Doc, like a Word document, and I have to physically see it laid out, like the words laid out on the screen, similar to like a Mad Lib.
Yeah.
And then you can plug in things. And I have found that is still exactly the same. But something I'm doing now is every day I write down like what I think a good song title would be. So especially if I think of it randomly, of course I write it down, but every day I also try to challenge myself to write down what I think a good song title would be. And sometimes you can do like kind of challenge yourself to, and there's actually a guy who talks about this on a different podcast. And he calls it a song title challenge. His name is Brent Baxter. So I'm not trying to copy anyone. This is just something I kind of learned from him too. But challenge yourself to think of every angle you could write the song from. And it doesn't mean you have to sit there and write the song, but if you think through it and write down, it's a really great brain exercise.
Yeah.
So like Willie Nelson, I see you have a painting of Willie Nelson over Austin over there. If my song title is Willie Nelson, am I going to talk about just a tribute to Willie Nelson? Am I going to talk about like something else relating to this or that just like Willie Nelson, you know what I mean? So you think of like every single, and I'm not going to go through here because it could take you, so long, but
point made.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense that you're not having to write the song. So you're not putting the stress on yourself to have to like fill it out, but the creativity is there.
Yeah.
And the angle and how you could maybe like, is it like you said, a song about Willie, or a song about how Willie's songs made you feel, or a song about what Willie did for the city of Austin?
Right.
And
exactly.
So like, no.
It's just a creative exercise.
Yeah. Have you read Stillness is the Key?
No.
Great book. I'm in the first third of it. And when you said this and it kind of sparked my mind, you see a lot about how you have to empty your mind to get clarity, and then they countered that. They're like, well, if you're emptying your mind, you're not thinking. If you're just sitting there emptying your mind and you don't have any thoughts, how do you gain efficiency or proficiency in your life about whatever is going on if you're not
Wow.
thinking deep into it? And I was like, that's interesting, because I've never been able to clear my mind ever.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's why I never was good at yoga.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and so I wonder, from a songwriting perspective, does it come to you as like you're sitting down and you're clearing your mind, so to speak, or is it really like what you just touched on, where it's like, I have these ideas, I'm gonna jot them down, and like, do you ever just sit down and think about it, I guess is my point, or does it just
Yeah.
come to you?
No, I mean, kind of both, but I think it's less of the like, which also I love the idea of like clearing your mind because it's very Buddhist, but it's also something I've never been able to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what they talk about in the book, how like there's a Buddhist principle about
Oh,
clearing
that's
your
cool.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I with the songwriting thing, I think a lot of people describe it as like a creative muscle almost, and I
Mm,
fully agree with that. Like I've always told people that, sometimes you'll get songwriters who are like, "Oh yeah, I only write when inspiration strikes."
yeah.
And I know it's a hard sell, but you have to write as much as you can. And it's, they say write every day. It's hard to find the time sometimes with when
Of
you have
course.
kids and a day job or whatever, but like you have to get through the bad ideas. You have to get through the bad songs. I've written
Yeah.
so many bad songs, but the bad songs led me to the good songs because I worked something out and figured out why that didn't work. Like I plagiarized myself.
It's a
So
big key.
if you look at some of my older songs that I've never played out and never released because they basically were just terrible songs, then you'll see parts of those in the songs I did release. Why? Because I
Mm.
practiced, it was bad, but I liked these two lines or that melody.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that and I put it in a better song. I plagiarized myself,
Yeah.
and now here's the good version of it. It's just a rough draft.
It's art
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And so, excuse me, what do you think is the biggest difference between this album and your next one, or the one before that? I mean, like if you had like a one word difference.
I think confidence is the
Nice.
biggest difference. Like my EP, I'm so proud of, but it was very much it was like I like this and I like this and I like that. I'm going to write this and I'm just going to put them all together. And then my album is a little bit more like I pretty much know who I am. And there are still some differences. There's like some songs that you're like it's not all one sound,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very much like I'm more confident in who I am. I do think the next few releases will be like this is like a very straight line of
Yeah.
but it's like I do think confidence is the key too because there's things I'm putting on the album that I don't really play out and that
Mm.
are maybe not going to be for everyone.
Mm.
Like I have a song that is called Father and it's actually about questioning if there's a higher presence. And it's talking and honestly it's written in a very like more Christian view of God,
Mm-hmm.
mostly because that's how I like growing up. That's
Right.
how I was
Yeah,
raised, so that's how I
that's what you
understood it.
understand.
But you could literally replace all of those words with any other belief system, or even if you don't believe in anything, and it would still mean the same thing. It's just more like I need someone and I need help and is there someone out there?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point of the song.
Mm.
And I really didn't know if I would record it ever or include it at all, but we had extra time, so I included it.
Yeah.
And so when I play it out, it's always a little bit weird. I have to tell people if you're atheist, you're gonna think this is a religious song. And if you're religious, you're gonna think that it's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
blasphemous
It's
song.
a blasphemy.
Because it's just a question is what it is. But I'm confident enough to like, I'm just gonna put it, I like the song, so I'm gonna put it out there and it's
Yeah.
honest, you know?
I mean, I feel like honesty is what resonates the most with people.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what we just talked about with I Hate July. Like, it spurred honest thoughts about me and my life growing up.
Yeah.
That song will definitely spur some thoughts in people's minds,
Yeah.
and how they view religion, and that's awesome.
And I hope that it doesn't like I just hope it makes people think or you know what I mean? Like I don't want
Yeah.
people to feel like offended at all. I just like this is what I was really sad and I was questioning things and that's why I wrote it, you know?
Yeah. Did you find clarity after you wrote it?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And
And I feel Like, I'm really glad I wrote it.
Yeah. That's therapy.
Yeah.
Right there.
Totally.
I mean, that's like journaling, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And also one of the chapters in the book about journaling and how important that is, and that's something that I don't do. You journal?
I don't, but I have in the
I mean,
past.
you're a songwriter,
I have been.
so
Exactly. It's like I kind of do it all the time.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's it's just a healthy way, and that's pretty cool that you're able to do that as your profession and put it out there in the
Yeah.
world and do that kind of stuff. So September 4th, White Horse, 8 p.m. Who else are you playing with that night? Do you know?
Do you mean the other
Yeah.
bands? I know Croy and the Boys is right after me.
Oh, wow.
So if that hasn't changed, it's still Croy and the Boys. Right before us, we have free dance lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Because they always do free two-stepping lessons.
Is it Dance in Austin?
Yeah. Beth Coffee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the way I'm going to do my set, I will say,
All right.
7 p.m. free dance lessons. 8 p.m. is when we start, and we have an hour and 45-minute set.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Which is how it usually works out at the White Horse. So we're actually going to do the first roughly an hour of like just regular old two-step-in songs, probably covers.
Okay.
And then we're going to play the album straight down. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want the dancers to have something to practice to. And the album's like 43 minutes, and there's a couple songs on there that are not necessarily two-stepping songs. So it's like, in order for me to play these, I need to give them a little something. So we're going to do that. And then Croy and the Boys is coming up next. And I can't remember who's last.
That's okay. Croy and the Boys has been around Austin for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if
they're great.
If you've heard their music, but they're like one of the first country bands in Austin that I actually like started really following when I first moved here. So it's been a while.
We've played White Horse with them a couple times, and it's like, they're all just like different shows. Bands are coming in and out, but it's always a good time when you play. Just stick around for the other bands and just like
absolutely.
Hang out.
And I mean, since we last spoke, you played White Horse for the first time, and so how was that experience for you?
Amazing. It's everything I dreamed of. It's such a great venue.
It is.
It's just such a good venue, and it's an interesting like old school way of doing things. Continental Club does it this way also, where like, and so does Saxon Pub. So like each band slot is almost like a separate show,
right?
Almost. At Saxon, they will re-ticket you sometimes, and at White Horse, they don't. Just $10 to get in, and I like that, and that's why I hit them up for my album release show too. Is I was like, I don't want to do some big ticketed event where it's just this big like to do. It's just Katrina Cain. I just want to go play some songs and make it a party. And so I hit up White Horse. I was like, please, can I do this here?
Well, and it's interesting you say that because I was just at Continental the other night, and I say I don't go out. Last week I took all week off, so I was like going out as much as I could to shows. But yeah, and I was always interested how that re-ticketing thing, and to me, it seems like it would help the artist? ? From a ticket perspective, but
yeah, I think there's arguments for both sides. To re-ticket people helps the artist if people are willing to pay again.
Right. Yeah.
And so if all their people are coming in, they're just paying for their slot, great. But if people are in there already and then they need to be re-ticketed, if they pay again, that's great. But if they don't, they leave. And you lose an audience member. So it really depends on like where you are in your journey. For me, I played Saxon a couple times just as my own name. And I told them not to re-ticket people. I want people to stay and listen to the music. Nice. And it's because I don't have, I'm aware that I'm not the biggest artist. So sure. I'm trying to I just want people to hear me play, and I want to talk to people, and I want to meet people. So yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. And the business side of music is something that I'm learning more and more about, just in these conversations.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating for me to just understand what musicians have to go through just to get their name out there. It just seems like everything is set up against them. And I'm glad that you took the position of, no, I just want people to hear the music. Like, and this is what you do for a living. So let's be very clear and honest here.
Yeah.
That's not an easy decision to make. Like, props is what I'm getting at. So, and you're also playing at Revelry again at the end of the month?
I am. I'm playing at Revelry on August 22nd. So, yeah. So I'm excited about that. I think that's like next week.
Yeah. The 22nd. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just like playing there. It's just a really chill place to play. I think Saturday will be kind of crazy, but, it's fun for us to get out as a full band. It's like 3 hours. 2 or 3 hours, and so it's like a long set where we just play whatever we wanna play, some covers, a bunch of covers we like to, mess around with and stuff like that, and
Good
people enjoy it.
practice, right?
Yeah, it's great
'Cause you're
practice.
throwing things out there, you're seeing how the crowd responds, you're seeing how your band responds, if
Exactly.
y'all like playing it.
That's why I still like doing shows like that is because it's like a paid practice.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, I
absolutely.
can just get my guys up there, pay them, and we are basically having rehearsal on stage, and it's fun.
Yeah. Do you still have the same band from last we spoke?
No, different band.
Okay,
So I have, Jose Gutierrez on drums and Truman Clark on bass.
nice.
And there are guys I've known, Jose a couple of years, and then he brought Truman into the fold,
Cool.
and I love all the guys. It's not like, "Oh, we went through a change." It's
Sure.
just who's available, and,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my bass player who used to play with me a bunch, he's one of my closest friends, and he's been on tour with, like, a lot bigger people.
Mm.
So he's just pretty busy and talented, so finding people who can, make the gigs.
Have you, do you think your kinda take on just Austin as a music city has changed now that you're kinda getting into this next level of your career?
Hmm.
Like, and to be honest with you, I don't remember the in-depth part of our conversation last time, but, like, do you feel like, I always ask everybody, live music capital of the world, but I don't know, how has your outlook on Austin as a city changed? Like, do you feel like you can still live in Austin and do what you wanna do, accomplish what you wanna accomplish?
I do. I do think you can still live in Austin and, like, accomplish what you want to do.
Mhm.
I think there's still an amazing amount of live music here, and I talk to people in Nashville who literally don't get paid at all to play,
That's
and I
wild to
don't
me.
understand that. I understand that there's oversaturation, I get that, but I don't understand taking gigs that are actually free or just for tips. I don't understand that. So
Yeah.
Texas does that really well in general as a state.
Mm.
Um There are arguments to be made, though, for other cities as far as the business side of things, and
Mhm.
I think that's where a place like Nashville definitely wins. They've got the publishers, they've got the infrastructure for a music business, music as a business. But live music-wise, I still just feel very strongly actually, I don't remember what I said last time, but I feel strongly that Austin is a really, really great place to live for music.
Yeah.
I also think it's because I lived in DFWs for a long time, and they pay really great for live music,
Mhm.
but it's pretty much all cover bands,
Yeah.
is from what I've seen. I did original music up there, and it was like there just wasn't much.
Yeah. Well, and if Austin doesn't have the infrastructure, Dallas
Yeah,
certainly doesn't.
yeah,
But I mean, we have BMI now, and I think I saw you doing some stuff with them. You made like their
yeah.
top 10 song list at one point.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
BMI has been really, really supportive, they've put me on their playlists, and I go right at their offices,
Oh, awesome.
and also Big Loud is here. So Big Loud is the
Yes.
record label, and they opened a Texas specific branch, and so they are here in Austin. So
Good.
that's been awesome.
And are they, just for my education, are they the only like kind of major label in
Yeah.
Austin?
Yeah,
And
and there are other smaller labels,
of
like
course,
Armadillo
yeah.
Den has their own shoot off of, like, a record label, and then there's,
Mhm.
like, Spaceflight, but those are smaller local labels, and Big
Yeah.
Loud is, like, pretty global.
Well, and I mean, because that's what I hear from a business perspective about Austin. It's like you can make a living doing great things in Austin and the Hill
Mhm.
Country, but if like there's a certain infrastructure that the city doesn't have
Mhm.
that certain people want to accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing if somebody wants to move out of Austin because they just can't find what they need here.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate it. I don't like losing good
Yeah,
music,
good artists, yeah.
so I was just curious on your point or on your take on all that because I just again I'm just learning more about what you as an artist have to go through day in day out, and I just have such a high level of respect for it. You know,
Thanks.
well, I'm excited to listen to the new album,
Thank you.
and I appreciate you coming by and kind of just hanging out, letting drinking a couple mimosas and
Cheers.
I hope you enjoy the strap.
I definitely will.
Those guys are awesome. And they do a lot actually to support local music. And I didn't realize that till I started to talk to them. So
That's awesome, yeah.
um,
Thank you, Zilker Belts, I really appreciate it.
yeah, September 4th, White Horse. If there's a heaven, release party.
Hell yeah.
All right, thank you.
See you next time.
See you next time. Thanks for listening. Know someone we should talk to? Give us a shout on Instagram at Austin Music People. Tell your friends, tell your family, get out there and support Austin music.